Hello and welcome to my channel Sociology Club. Today we are going to continue our series of discussion on the basis of UPSC syllabus. Today we are discussing modernity, which is a part or sub-part of our topic 1, modernity, social changes and the emergence of sociology in India. In the previous lectures of mine, I have explained that each and every topic has some important relevance, has some subtopics which we need to understand. Modernity is one of that subtopic which we have to have clear understanding in order to do justice with our topic 1. So, let's continue our lecture today. What is modernity? In common sense understanding, we relate modernity with technology. We relate modernity with new kind of lifestyles. But modernity has legacy to understand. When did it emerge? What made modernity different from other sort of changes which have appeared in society? This is something which you need to understand. And always try to have sociological, critical mindset whensoever you are dealing with this subject. You must be aware of the fact that one of the challenges which we see with sociology that all of the topics, majorly all the topics in sociology in paper 1 and in paper 2 seems very generic in nature. We have to deal with it in a sociological perspective. So, in order to understand modernity, I have got this flow chart. And if you have proper understanding of this flow chart, your topic of modernity will be complete thoroughly. I hope this is visible to all of you. Let me zoom in to modernity. In order to understand modernity, you need to see what is Renaissance phase. So, okay, we are dealing with modernity which was there or started in mid of 18th century and got its full swing in 19th century. Before modernity, what had happened? What were the factors which led to change society so rapidly? If we have to understand modernity, we must go to pre-modern society. We must know Renaissance. We should know Enlightenment phase. We should know French revolutions. And also we should know Industrial Revolution. Immediately after Industrial Revolution, thinkers have started calling modern phase, industrial phase, capitalist phase of society. So to understand it very clearly, you must know, let's just take Renaissance first. So Renaissance should be the first point, I would say, a first subtopic. Enlightenment is second, French Revolution is third, and Industrial Revolution is fourth. Renaissance in itself is a very important topic. And here you will also try to understand that each topic of modernity or any other topic in sociology is overlapping in nature. One of the benefits of taking sociology, it's overlapping topics. Not only within paper 1 and paper 2, but with other GS topics. Essay, GS1, 2, 3, ethics. So when I am teaching to you right now Renaissance, you need to think of Renaissance philosophers. This phase going to help you in your essay, also in your ethics. That's why I say that sociology is very interesting subject to deal with, and if we know how to subdivide the main topics and how we can correlate and can bring interdisciplinary approach in our preparation, indeed you would with proper answer writing practices definitely going to get 300 plus in this particular subject. So now how you are going to deal with Renaissance? In the ways, we have different approaches. Whenever we are going to understand any topic, try to have a basic tip, try to have a basic roots which you can apply not only in your optional but in your other topics and in other subjects also. So if we have to understand Renaissance, we must know its roots. We are dealing here 18th and 19th century. This is a 18th-19th century product. Yes, sociology did emerge in this phase in Western Europe only. But if we want to understand 18th-19th century, we have to go back. So this is 18th-19th century, and before this we would say again this is 18 to 17. This is of course 18th-19th century. This is Enlightenment, it's 15 to 16, and this is or Renaissance, it is 14th to 15th century. If I want to have clarity what Renaissance means, I should know what pre-modern society also means. If Renaissance means it's rebirth, it says rebirth. So what rebirth? Rebirth means, here is the definition, rebirth means, I hope you can see this, rebirth in arts, science, culture, which thought to have originated in Italy. However, there are other speculations also, but for this purpose, for understanding this topic today, we do understand that Renaissance or people or philosophers who have started looking back and have started exploring their past culture, it indeed started in Italy. So Renaissance is the phase in which thinkers said that we need to have understanding of our past heritage, what their philosophers, their ancestors have told us to understand society. So before Renaissance, you should have little understanding, at least in your mind, what is pre-modern society. In pre-modern society, here is interconnection of your understanding with the comprehension or the kind of understanding you have developed with the discipline of history. So what was main thing in today's to understand pre-modern society? What is the main topic? What were pre-modern societies? So it was Paleolithic society, Mesolithic society, Neolithic society, agricultural society and feudal society. This is already there when we deal with ancient society. Also it is there in your class 11th history book chapter 1, where you are talking about the evolution of human mankind. When we are, generally it is believed that, let me just say one important point, it struck in my mind, that optional has to be related, or we can relate with only mains subjects. Here, if you can understand and revise your history part, history portion, it's going to help you in your preliminary exams too. One of the question which came in UPSC is basically so much, that book is very much related and useful to have clear understanding of poverty, which is the core subject, one of the social problems which is being discussed both in the paper 1 and then in the paper 2. That question was that who has written Culture of Poverty. So while you are dealing with your sociology optional, and when you can have this ability to correlate with other topics, definitely it's going to help you in preliminaries. So I would say, to understand this phase or modernity, you must know the evolution of society. And as I said that it is in your NCERT portion also with your history, that how we have evolved from primates. So primates is a category which involves apes, monkeys, human beings. So this is that from how from Australopithecus we have evolved to Homo habilis, where we have started developing stone. So Homo habilis means intellectual person who has started making tools. So Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and then Homo sapiens sapiens. Of course, we are not going to go too deep, but I'm just telling you that how to have interconnections. So again, this is a geological time scale which definitely going to help you in your preliminaries, in your general knowledge awareness. And here, this is a tertiary period, this is a quaternary period, and here, this is a period in which humankind have evolved. So this understanding should be there within you while you are dealing with modernity. Now, this is Renaissance, which I have told you the meaning of. Further, let me explain you that how you should approach Renaissance. This understanding pre-modern societies, you can, if you make this flow chart in your answer, let's just say a question come in your paper for modernity, social emergence, or the classical, one type of questions does come from topic 1. Okay, so this is a ready-made flow chart for each topic, whether it is for modernity, whether it is for social changes, or the classical theorist, or the emergence of sociology. If you'll just make this phase, and there will be some more add up which I will in further when I would be discussing the social changes and the emergence of sociology. So for instance, here you can just make one more box with social thinkers. So this flow chart will add some more flavor in your answer, and it will help you to fetch good marks. So to understand Renaissance, of course you should know the basic thing, what Renaissance meant, and then you must know Renaissance philosophers' names. Some information in your answer should be in bullet points, and some information you should reflect on what is being asked to you. And with flow charts and diagrams, and also different sorts of charts, you can make your answer looks, and you can actually fill your answer with content, and that you can do while working hard. After having conceptual clarity, start preparing, start writing your answers, and add few elements like this. So Renaissance means rebirth. Rebirth from what? It means that in 14th and 15th century, the kind of society we were living in, it was not creating a social order. It was full of injustice. and it was creating conflict, it was creating anarchy in society. As always, intelligentsia in any epoch or period or time, they think for the larger sections of society. That is what happening in Renaissance period too. So how you will divide Renaissance thinkers? Early phase of Renaissance thinkers such as Albertus Magnus, there are various other thinkers too, Socrates, Aristotle, Plato. So these, you should divide these thinkers' name and should know, and in one way, like for instance here, this is Renaissance philosophers, you can quote 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these Francis, so you should know these names. For instance, Francis Bacon, Machiavelli, John Hobbes, Locke, Montesquieu. What these people were talking about. So if in just one word and in just one theory or the literature they have produced, if you can just write the book name, it will definitely impress your examiner. Let me just show you. So, I mean, see, there were various thinkers. Let me just show you that slide. Albertus Magnus was the one who were theologists and who were trying to understand society with the teaching of Bible. So there was Aquinas, Bonaventure. So to deal with, it's like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and it's better to just mention them in bullet points. For example, it's Albertus Magnus, Thomas Aquinas, Bonaventure, John Duns Scotus, Niccolo Machiavelli, Francis Bacon, Thomas Hobbes, René Descartes. These are Renaissance philosophers. Okay, so in this lecture, I'm just telling you like what you can do with your answers and how you must prepare this particular topic. Similarly, you need to divide the way you have divided Renaissance, you need to divide Enlightenment. You also have to divide French Revolution and Industrial Revolution. And here you must write, okay, these are the Enlightenment philosophers. So French Revolution, so in French Revolution, I would say again, it is a part of your history. In class 9th, French Revolution has been discussed very precisely and very interestingly as well. So, if you correlate your sociology with history, with current affairs, and some information of political impacts or how politics institutions have evolved, how institutions like economics have evolved, and if you know those thinkers, sociology will be very scoring for you. Okay, so this is what. Then now try to see one thing. Okay, here when I am discussing French Revolution, I have written history. When you are saying something on French Revolution, and if you can bring facts in your answer, I will show you what facts in a while. For example, when did French Revolution emerged in 1789? So who were the thinkers at that point of time? What made this revolution become so wide? So you will have certain facts. So that's why I have written history. And then you should know the impact, that what French Revolution has brought impact in society. Whereas when I am writing here in this flowchart, Industrial Revolution, I did not write about impact, I did not write about historical events. Of course, you need to show the impact, how it impacted society, what changes it has brought. And here I have talked about the characteristics. Okay, so in this manner, you can always do justice to your topic. Moreover, adding flowchart and also data to answers like in which it seems to be very theoretical in nature is going to impress your examiner. And the vastness and the challenges of UPSC, we can win only if we work together, that even if we are reading for our optional, we should know and correlate with in other subjects, and we should see the facts. So as I have discussed Renaissance here, this is Enlightenment. So what Enlightenment means? That finally we have come to the light. So in Renaissance, it was a Renaissance, it was a rebirth, but for Enlightenment, it means that we have got the important factors, we have got the gist to understand society. And what's that? That is reasons. That is, we must have our belief system based on scientific investigation. This is what Enlightenment means. And when we understand Enlightenment, then again we must know some thinkers. Here I have mentioned Charles Montesquieu, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, René Descartes, Thomas Hobbes and John Locke. You need to learn them in detailed manner. Here I have not brought that PPT of mine where I have discussed them in detail, because here I am just giving you an outline. Now this is French Revolution. So this is a fact. This is some of other facts, and you must know that what had happened. Actually, it brought social inequality in France due to a state system. You should know the role of Louis XVI, his wife, what was National Assembly were doing, Jacobin Club. All this information which is there in your class 9 history, you should take it here and understand with broader vision and with good clarity. So the rise of bourgeoisie, ideas put forward by Enlightenment philosophers, all this has brought a change. Here it is Industrial Revolution and the period is 1760 to 1830, and I have just told you that what had changed actually in Industrial Revolution, why it's become really integral to understand, because earlier the changes which were coming in our society, it was gradual in nature. It was not that speedy, but after Industrial Revolution, the changes were drastic, it was rapid, and none of the aspects of our society did not remain not to be impacted. Every aspect of our life got impacted. And this is new social structure due to industrialization, city life, lower middle class, slum conditions, poverty. Family structure got changed, employment got changed, and this is the data which I have bought. It shows that poverty across the globe, this is the same period in which Industrial Revolution have brought up. So you can see and add that what type of poverty have emerged in 1820, 1850, and by it is like something which you can see. So the idea of bringing this data in this answer just to show you that if you'll be able to make a simple data and you can just interpret that how poverty had rose at that time. So what had happened in East Asia, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, Latin America, and you can just use. So your answer will become very concrete. So your answer will have theory and also facts. Okay, so this is what I would say. That you must understand your answer in this manner only. So this is actually a gist of topic 1. One part here I have just discussed, that is modernity. To have complete understanding of modernity, you must know Enlightenment, Renaissance, Industrial Revolution and French Revolution. The next topic of sociology that talks about social changes, it needs to be understood with respect to Industrial Revolution. And then it should be correlate with emergence of sociology. And then you will be ready with your good answer. An answer which will make you achieve good marks. Okay? So I wish best of luck to all of you, and we'll meet next time with another topic here on our channel Sociology Club. If you really like my video and if you think that I should contribute to society in a better manner, please like it, subscribe it and also share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Take good care of yourself.